questions. Well, hello, everybody. The time has come, and I know that you guys have been waiting all week for this, and you helped us guess who was coming to visit us. So the first clue I gave was a beautiful crown, and we had lots of guesses of so many different royalty figures. And then I gave away a bigger clue, and it was an ice cube. And people were saying, something cold, something frozen. And then we started getting lots of guesses for Elsa. And then I gave you an emoji that was a reindeer. And I was kind of throwing you a curve there. And you started guessing, oh, maybe it's Sven. And then Gigi revealed that it was, in fact, Elsa. And guys, I am so blessed because I have a dear friend and her name is Paula. And she knows all of these wonderful characters. She's so lucky. And she introduces me to them all the time. And they come and they hang out with us in melodrama at our camps. And well, we're kind of stuck at home at the moment. So I called Paula and I was like, Paula, do you think anybody would be willing to maybe come on camera and talk to the kids? And she was like, Mel, I just got off the phone from Elsa and she's actually lonely and bored right now. Would you like her to come and talk to the kids? So guys, she is waiting and we are so excited. Are you guys excited? Let me hear you shout, yes! You are so excited! Just like me. Okay, so what should we do to help her come here? Okay, I know what we should do. Let's all put our hand out, just like Elsa does with her magical power with her hand. Let's all put our hand out and let's press it toward the camera and say, Elsa, come see us. Let's try that. Okay, and on the count of 3, I think Elsa is going to join us and we're going to hear her. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Elsa, come join us!
Mel, is that you?
Yes!
Miss Mel, it's so wonderful to see you again. How are you doing?
Elsa, you are taking my breath away. Hold on a minute. Where, this castle behind you, this ice castle.
Not too shabby, huh?
Oh my goodness, Elsa, it's beautiful. And you look so beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you so much, Miss Mel. Yes, I was bored to tears. So I'm so happy that we get to do this. And I'm not very familiar with this kind of technology that you have, obviously, but is it true that all of the children at Melodrama are able to see me right now? Is that how it works?
So Elsa, it's actually even more exciting than that. Not only can all the children in Melodrama see you, but there are children tuning in, watching you from all over the world, Elsa.
Is that true? Oh, I'm so honored. I'm glad I got all dressed up then.
Oh, well, you never disappoint. You look so happy. And I know you said you're bored, but clearly something is going on that's making you very happy. Can we ask the big question? What is it like for you in Arendelle to be, are you guys also in quarantine?
As a matter of fact, yes, we are. So my sister, Anna, who's now Queen of Arendelle, if you know our history at all, she decided to mandate a shelter-in-place quarantine as well. Now, there's no risk to any of our citizens here. We're very isolated, so we're quite well protected from what's going on. But she decided that it would be a good idea to set a good example for the rest of the world, you see. Many cities are doing this because they absolutely have to. Some cities are doing it much like us. We don't necessarily need to, but these are still good universal practices to put in while things are a little bit sad right now and a little bit hard to understand. She's always very good in a crisis. She would always say, well, what can we do? If we're feeling helpless, what can we do? And she decided that would be just the thing to do. So
So
That's
you
what's
guys
going on.
continue to be wonderful role models for all of the children out there. And this is one of the reasons why I love you guys so, so much. Well, Elsa, let me tell you something. And I know Anna really wanted to be here with you, but somebody had to stay in charge, right? So we get that. But we have so many kids who have asked so many questions. Now, I know they would have loved for this to be live, but I understand that under the circumstances of you there in Arendelle in the castle, we just can't do a live feed because you're so far away that I think the signal would get a little bit glitchy.
That's exactly right. Yes, I'm even afraid to sneeze because I'm afraid that the signal will suddenly go away. So
Well, just make sure if you do sneeze that you sneeze right into your elbow, Elsa.
right into the elbow. Yes, just like a vampire, actually.
I wasn't aware of that. Look at you educating me.
Well, that's what Olaf has been doing actually while we've been all cooped up and things like that. He decided that if he has to do at least one thing every day to stop himself from being bored, it would be to try to learn one new thing every day and try to share that one new thing with a respectable amount of distance, of course, with as many people as he could possibly find. So that was what he learned today, actually. Covering your face like this when you're trying to sneeze or cough is called the vampire method, because I guess that's how a lot of vampires walk around.
I think that's fantastic. And it also reminds me of the dab.
Oh yes, of course, that old thing.
That old thing. And I'm trying to think of Olaf with his beautiful carrot nose, trying to stick that into his elbow. I hope he doesn't get a bruised inside elbow.
I'm sure he'll be just fine, but yes, thank you. I'll let him know you're thinking of him.
Well, Elsa, I am going to ask you some questions from our students. And what I'm going to do is, because your costume and your background is so beautiful, I'm going to actually bring it into full view. And although they can probably see me right now when you're answering, they're going to see you in all this beautiful glory. So, Elsa, are you ready to answer some questions from our children who've been tuning in?
I am so ready. I've never been more ready for anything. Let's do it.
Okay, so let me have a look here at my list. The first question comes from Molly Cleary, and
Oh.
Molly Cleary would like to know if you like mint chocolate chip ice cream, Elsa.
Mm, that's a wonderful question, Molly. Thank you for asking that. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. I love all kinds of ice cream. I suppose if I did have a favorite, it would probably be black raspberry, actually. But any ice cream that I have always has to have a lot of rainbow sprinkles on it, mint chocolate chip ice cream included. So, yes, Molly, I love mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, I'm sure Molly is thrilled with that answer. Thank you, Elsa. Now, Paula, who you also know, she's our mutual friend. She,
Paula,
don't you just love her?
I adore that woman. She's absolutely lovely.
And you know that she wants to know, what is your favorite color?
My very favorite color is actually green. You might think it's blue because I wear blue all the time and things like that, but believe it or not, it's actually green. It
Very.
reminds me of the rolling hills in Arendelle, actually. We have these very tall mountains as well that are challenging to climb, but the sweet green ones that are a little bit smaller are much, much more peaceful. And they're so much fun to climb and have a picnic on under a nice tree.
Well, that is a beautiful reason for green to be your favorite color. I'm a little bit prone to loving green myself. And Lizzie Demopoulos would love to know, and this is a great question, Elsa, have you ever been on a plane?
Oh, Lizzie, thank you for asking. You might be surprised to hear that yes, I have been on a plane before, and there's a reason for that. So, a lot of the time when I travel, at least, and many of my princess friends as well, excuse me, we like to travel by foot. Or if we can't travel by foot, we'll travel by horse and carriage, or sometimes just horse. But many, many times there are areas that aren't built to accommodate horses, let alone carriage wheels, let alone our own feet. So we do have to sometimes get on an airplane. Not often, but it does happen occasionally, yes.
That is very exciting. And now I see a question from Molly's sister, Kerry. And I realize that although mom's name is probably Cleary, that's probably her maiden name, I do believe their last name is Kistler. So Kerry would love to know, what is your favorite animal?
Oh, reindeer all the way, Carrie. Yes. There are lots of reindeer where I live, and they come in very handy around a certain time of year. So, gotta hand it to the reindeer. I love them.
Oh, the reindeer are a beautiful animal. And I don't see a question yet from Sydney, but Sydney Waters sends you a big hi and all of her love.
Well, same to you, Sydney. I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and big hugs right back to you, dear.
And we also have another question from Lizzie, who asks, do you still have school, or are you in quarantine too?
That's a wonderful question. No, I don't have school anymore. I've since graduated, being a grown up and all. There are many grown ups who still go to school, actually, to learn new skills and things like that. I'm not one of them, but the children of Arendelle, yes, do have school. They are distance learning, just like you are, actually. Lessons are sent out on a daily basis so that they can keep up with their studies, reading, writing, mathematics, and the one that I love personally is doing something creative every single day. And also making sure to do a random act of kindness every single day as well. Whether it's helping to cook a meal, whether it's giving a hug to a sibling who needs it for some reason, a small random act of kindness is always, always mandatory in Arendellian schools.
Well, I don't think there has ever been a time where we need more random acts of kindness than now. So I think it's beautiful that you mentioned that, and a lovely reminder out there to every child who's watching this. Now, Jane Kennedy, she's the daughter of my friend Mookie, we call her. She would like to know, Elsa, do you like cheeseburgers?
Oh, Jane, you said the magic words. Yes, I love cheeseburgers with lots of cheese and lots of ketchup. I absolutely love them. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I gotta say, I do love a good cheeseburger myself. So we
Mm.
definitely have that and probably lots more in common. Adriana Sucked would like to know, what is your favorite food? And her brother would like to know if you like car toys.
Oh, those are both wonderful questions. The first one actually is a little bit difficult for me to answer. What is my favorite food? I love all sorts of foods, cheeseburgers aside, but all sorts of things. Yes, I suppose if I really had to narrow it down, anything that comes from the ocean, I love to eat. I love seafood. I love lobster, salmon, tuna, things like that. So seafood is a big, big favorite food of mine. And for your brother, do I like toy cars? Well, I haven't had much experience with them, but I would certainly love to get a little collection together now and see if I do like them. So I'll have to get back to you on that one, but I'm sure the answer is yes.
Oh, I think Benjamin will be so happy to hear that because I have a feeling he has a wonderful toy car collection. Oh, Sydney does have a question for you further down the line. She wants to know, if you didn't have ice powers, what magic power would you have or would you love to have, and why?
Oh, I love that question, Sydney. Thank you. If I didn't have my ice powers, I would love to have the power to be able to fly. I mean, who wouldn't? You could go up as high as you want to and just see everything from a different vantage point and go into places that would be impossible for you to go if you couldn't fly, I think. I've seen sometimes, researchers will put like these little cameras and things on the backs of eagles and watch them fly across the mountaintops. That is what the kind of vantage point I would love to be able to have. So if I didn't have my ice powers, I'd love to be able to know how to fly.
Oh, that just sounds like a dream to be able to fly. Well, Jillian, she would love to know. She sends her love, of course, Elsa, and she's asking if you're quarantined, if you are quarantined, which you kind of touched on already, but you can just let her know again.
Mhm. Yes, Jillian, I am quarantined in an undisclosed area of Arendelle right now, actually. I would be up with the North Aldra right now, but this signal is only good down in the more civilized areas of Arendelle, so that's where I am right now, yes.
And then we have Kate Wallace. And by the way, Elsa, she is so excited to meet you. I do think that you're possibly her favorite person in the world. And she even asked you earlier. Do you remember I called you earlier to see if she could wear blue?
I do, yes, I do.
So she's wearing blue, watching you right now. And she is asking if you can freeze something.
Well, normally, because I am in my kingdom, I would say yes. But like I said, this signal is very, very delicate right now. So I froze something ahead of time. You see this bridge right back here behind me? That didn't look like that 20 minutes ago, I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness, you are impressive. Let me tell you that. Lexy Dollard sends her love to you. And
Thank you so much, Lexy.
Delaney is asking what your favorite color is. We know that's green, but she also would love to know what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport, Delaney, is baseball. I tried it out a little bit when I was a kid, and I actually got to be pretty good at it. Yeah, you wouldn't think we'd have baseball in Arendelle, but we do. Believe it or not, we do. Yes.
Wow, I love that. Now, Christina Halliwell, who's actually one of our teachers at Melodrama, is also a huge Elsa fan. And she would like to know what the best part is about having a sister.
Oh, thank you so much for that question. The best thing about having a sister is having someone who just understands you without, oh gosh, what are the words I'm looking for? You know
Without
how you
judgment.
thank you so much. I'm sure all of you out there have a best friend. Well, that's what my sister Anna is to me. She's my best friend, and she's one of those people that you can just look at her and she'll know exactly what you're thinking just by the look on your face, or at least that's the relationship that we have. So having someone there who just understands what you're thinking, understands what you're feeling without having to say anything to them, and help you out if you need help, whatever the case may be. That for me is the best thing about having a sister.
I love that, Elsa. That is very, very special. Now, Katherine wants to compliment you. She tells you that you have a very pretty braid.
Thank you, Katherine. Thank you very much. I love having, sometimes I'll wear my hair down these days, but yes, I do enjoy having it in a braid. Thank you very much. That's so kind.
And her brother Freddie has a joke for you.
Lay it on me, Freddie.
Elsa, why did the banana go to the doctor?
I don't know why.
Because he wasn't peeling very well.
Ah! That's fantastic, Freddie. Where do you come up with this stuff?
Freddie is funny, let me tell you that. And so is his sister Katherine. They are future comics. I do feel that's coming on.
I believe it. Yes, I believe it.
Now, we have a few more questions here. So we have Evelyn Elliott, who is one of our musical theater students, and she is a little star. She would like to know, who are you more like, Olaf or Anna?
Oh gosh, that's a wonderful question. I suppose the answer to your question would be I'm more like Olaf. And the reason why I say that is because, well, Olaf is still trying to figure things out a little bit, figure out, his place in the world, as well as a few other things. Anna, on the other hand, really has a good grasp on who she is and what she wants and the things that she can do best, things like that. So in that way, I suppose I'm a little bit more like Olaf than I am like my sister. But Opposites are the best, as they say.
I think that's a wonderful observation, and I'm all about continuing to learn and to grow. I don't think we ever truly stop. I don't think we ever should stop, that's for sure. And
Oh,
Evelyn's older sister, Caroline, who is also one of our musical theater stars, she would like to know, which song is your favorite? Into the Unknown or Let It Go?
these are wonderful questions that both of you are asking. I can definitely see that you are sisters. I'm more partial to Let It Go myself. And the reason for that is because it was the start of everything for me, at least. The start of an amazing journey that brought me to where I am right now. Of course, still trying to figure some things out. As you said, Miss Mel, it's better to not figure out everything because it's wonderful to keep learning things. And you very well could surprise yourself by learning a lot of amazing things. So I'm a little more partial to Let It Go.
I love that. And I remember when I went to see the second Frozen and I was waiting for a song to come on that reminded me of Let It Go, and Into the Unknown was wonderful. But I too feel more. I do feel that Let It Go is just that little bit more powerful, maybe. But they're both beautiful songs. So Alyssa Stankoon would like to know what your favorite color is. I know we discussed that it was green, but she'd love to know, where is your favorite place?
My favorite place, Alyssa, what a wonderful question. I suppose in the traveling that I've done, at least, there is one place that stands out more than anything. It's a tiny, tiny little house deep in the woods in a state called New York. You may be familiar with it. It's actually a resort. It's a hotel, and it's called the Mohonk Mountain House. And the reason why I love the Mohonk Mountain House so much is because it's surrounded by beautiful, beautiful wilderness. There's hiking trails and there's mountains to climb, and you can see for miles and miles around. If you have the chance, you must go and see what I'm talking about. The words that I'm saying are definitely not describing the place properly. So the Mohonk Mountain House, it's in the Adirondacks in New York. It's beautiful.
Elsa, that is going to be on my to-do list post-quarantine. You describe it so beautifully. I definitely want to go there. Well, Ella Tarmy would like to know, Elsa, how did you get your powers?
I was born with them. It's a long, long sordid history, but the short story of it is that I was born with them, yes.
Well, I think that being born with something is sometimes easier than just getting powers all of a sudden, because when you're born, you're used to it from the time you're born, whereas when you acquire it later, you have to try and really get used to it. Yeah. I think so. Well, we have a question from Hannah and Blair Serpa. Now, I know every child is so special. Hannah and Blair are two very special little girls that live in Milton. And it was actually, not quite sure if it was their actual birthday today. I think it might have been. But what we did today for Hannah's birthday, because she couldn't celebrate it, and she was supposed to celebrate it in this big, big party, and she didn't get to have all of her family and friends over for her birthday. So somebody special arranged for us all to do a drive-by parade by her house today, and we held up happy birthday signs and we shouted out happy birthday, and her beautiful little sister Blair was dancing with her and her mom and dad, and it was so special, Elsa.
Oh, I am so, so sorry that I missed it then, Hannah. I was actually able to send you a message. I'm not sure if you remember, as well as reminding you to give Blair a big hug from me as well. So that sounds like a wonderful birthday. I'm sad to hear that you weren't able to have your actual birthday the way that I'm sure you wanted, the way it was planned as well. But it sounds like a good second compromise, I suppose. So again, a very, very happy birthday today, I suppose, to you, Hannah, and give Blair a big hug from me as well.
Now, Elsa, you are going to laugh when I tell you this, because I know that you're just kidding, and I know that you just took a nap and you're just waking up and you're like, what? You were there today. It was the two little girls in the garden, remember?
Of course, yes. It's the jet lag, I suppose. Yes.
I
Sorry
do
about
not
that again,
know
but yes.
how you got there so fast and you got back so fast, but you've been to see so many kids today, but they were the two little girls out in the front garden with all the cars going by.
It's coming back to me now. Yes, it's absolutely coming back to me. And I certainly hope that you had a wonderful time, Hannah. Happy birthday again to you.
Oh, they had a blast. And they want to know, what do you do to celebrate your birthday?
Me, myself, what I like to do to celebrate my birthday is first and foremost, there must be cake and ice cream. Always cake and ice cream covered with rainbow sprinkles, which are my personal favorite. Another thing I'd like to do is actually play games with all of our friends. Friends will get together and we'll play fun games like charades, things like that, and we'll just sit around a nice big fire and just talk and talk and talk about whatever we feel like. So spending time with the people that I love and eating delicious food, that's how I like to spend my birthdays.
Oh, I absolutely am going to come to one of your birthday parties someday when the quarantine is lifted. Now, my godson in Ireland, his name is Dara, and I just know how much he loves Spider-Man. So on his behalf, I'm going to ask, do you know Spider-Man?
I know Spider-Man very, very well. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, don't tell any other superheroes this, but Spider-Man is my personal favorite. I like him a lot. He's really cool. I mean, who wouldn't? He's smart, he's funny, and he gets to fly around on webs all day helping people. What could be better than that? So I will tell him, Dara, that you said hello. He'll love that.
Oh my goodness. Dara is going to be so excited. And his little sister, Sara, she's only 3 and she loves looking through books and she reads them to her brother. And she's so animated. And I think she might be an actress someday, Elsa.
I would not be surprised then. Sara, you keep being your awesome self.
Now, I have one more question, Elsa, and I know that you're very busy, so we'll wrap it up pretty shortly after this. But Jordan would like to know, who is your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush. Oh, goodness. So much is being revealed right here, right now. So, there is a celebrity that I am very partial to. His name is Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, he's a wonderful actor. He's just a really funny guy. And, well, what can I say? He's just awesome. And he's appeared in some of my very favorite movies. It's kind of a win-win.
I love Tom Hanks, and I think we should wish him well because I think he was a little unwell recently with the virus, but I believe he's doing much better now.
I've heard that too, as a matter of fact. Yes, both he and his lovely wife, Rita Wilson, I believe is her name, are had been sick, but they're feeling much, much better now. So it's all going to be okay. We'll see Tom again.
I love it. And Elsa, I'm going to ask you to maybe do a little shout out. My mom, her name is Eileen, and she loves your movies and she just loves everything about you. So I would love, and you know what? She loves leopard print. So for her, I'm going to ask you, do you like leopard print and do you ever wear it?
Eileen, thank you for your question. And of course, stay healthy and stay safe as well. Personally, I'm a little more partial to zebra print than I am to leopard print, but I'm sure on anyone it would not nearly look as good as it does on you, Eileen. Keep up the amazing work.
Well, I just love that. We have one little boy in Ireland who's having a bit of a tough time because he's finding it very difficult to be home all the time. And his name is August. And I told his mom that I would get him a few shout outs. And Elsa, I'm sure he would love a shout out from you.
August, my shout out to you is as follows. I know it's really, really tough right now. I understand that. I've talked to a lot of people myself, and it's very tough for them too. And these are grown-ups. It's tough for grown-ups, and it's tough for teenagers. It's tough for younger kids as well. It's hard right now, but My sister would say this: when things get this tough, always ask yourself this same question: what can I do? So if there's anything that you can do around your house right now, I would encourage you to do it. Or even if it's sort of outside the house, in the sense of if you have family members who are maybe also having a bit of a tough time being all cooped up like this, draw them a picture, send them a letter, let them know that you are thinking about them and that they are not alone in the fact that they might be having a tough time. So August, you just keep your head up, you keep on going, but most importantly, stay healthy and stay safe. And just remember, keep asking, what can I do?
Oh, Elsa, I think that that is a beautiful message, not only for lovely August, but for so many children and also so many adults out there too, because this is a hard time for us all. It's also a lovely time for us to spend some time together and to do things that we normally don't have the time to do. So it's a real mixed bag with that. Well, Elsa, before I let you go, because again, I know you have so many people to see and you're so incredibly busy, especially at this time. I was wondering if maybe we could play a fun game with the kids.
I would love that. Let's do it. Yes, I love games.
So I was thinking if we could just grab something near us, something that is very safe, something that a parent would not mind us holding on to, and we could turn it into something totally different than what it is.
I think I found something,
I'm going to
actually.
look too.
All right. How about this?
Oh my goodness, Elsa, what is that?
I believe it's like a cover for a big wheel or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It's well, it's fairly flexible actually.
Wow. Now, what could we make that into that's not what it is?
Oh my. Well, it could I know, it could be a halo. You
Ooh, I can see your halo, halo, halo.
So that's one thing it could be. It could be a window in the side of a ship maybe.
Oh, yes. Oh, great acting.
Hmm. Oh, also it could be a wedding ring for a giant. Will you marry me? Something like that.
You are silly and funny, and I love it. I love it. So I'm actually in my son's room and I found a pencil sharpener.
Ooh,
So I was thinking that maybe they could be a little mini set of binoc. Oh, hello, Elsa, is that you?
that's me. Hi.
Wow, they could just be like a little set of binoculars. Yeah, I like that. Or maybe it could be like a strange earring.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You must have gone to Jared.
I must have gone to Jared. I love it. Every kiss begins with K. That's a different one.
That's different. Yes.
We're just here advertising jewelry stores, you know. But we would love if the kids at home would find something simple and safe and turn it into something different. And maybe they could post a video of it and you could watch it.
That's a great idea. I would love that. Yes, yes. Find a safe object in your house, like Miss Mel said, and turn it into something that's not what it actually is. I believe this is a game that a lot of actors will play too to warm up. I think it's called props.
I think it is called props because we play something similar to this in our improv classes, and it's so much fun. I
Oh,
love it. Well, Elsa, before we really and truly let you go, because you and I could talk all night long, right?
and I would absolutely love to. Yes.
Yes, and all day and all afternoon. But before you go, is there, I don't know, a little poem or a saying or a phrase or something that we could wrap up with that's near and dear to your heart?
As a matter of fact, yes. So I was doing a little bit of research before I knew that I was going to be chatting with you, Miss Mel, and I was trying to find a sweet little poem about springtime because technically right now it is springtime, even though it's still here, of course, and I'm sure where you are too, quite cold out. But I found a little poem about springtime, and I was hoping I might be able to read it because it is quite sweet. So it goes like this. Springtime is garden time, garden time, garden time. Get your spades and come outdoors. Springtime is here. Springtime is planting time, planting time, planting time. Get your seeds and come outdoors. Springtime is here. Springtime is jumping time, jumping time, jumping time. Get your ropes and come outdoors. Springtime is here. Springtime is singing time, singing time, singing time. Children sing a happy song. Springtime is here.
Oh, Elsa, you know what? That actually gave me goosebumps because I think that these are all beautiful things that are so relevant that children can be doing with their families right now. To plant a little seed for a tree that will grow, knowing that it started during this time of quarantine would be very special. Singing is so important, and jumping. Who doesn't love to jump and get all that beautiful energy out and keep ourselves feeling alive and well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Trying to get a little bit of exercise in and a little bit of outdoors time too will go a long way in making this whole quarantine thing feel just like a blip in your lives. And ultimately, that's what it's going to be, everyone. It's a tiny little blip in a long, long life that you're going to have, and a fun, happy life too, surrounded by people that you love. And of course, I'll be here too in whatever way that I can for each and every one of you.
Elsa, it has been such a pleasure to have you. You have the biggest heart and the kindest way with words. Our children are so grateful. I am so incredibly grateful, incredibly grateful. Paula, I'm so thankful that you share your wonderful, magical friends with us. And Elsa, until we meet again, let's say goodbye to the kids.
All right, until we meet again, friends, again, stay healthy, stay safe, but most importantly, keep being your awesome, awesome selves. Mwah! Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Mel. Thank you.
Bye, Elsa.